Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's your girl Camille. I'm the host of the Speaker Podcast, and this is the podcast for innovators and creators connect. Happy Monday. I hope that everyone's had a really good weekend. What I need you to do right now is hit that notification bell and subscribe. And y'all, we have a special guest on tonight. Before we do that, this is what I need you to do. Right now, we are on Facebook at the Speaker Podcast, at YouTube, Camille Essick Official. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Camille.Essick. And I would love to hear from you right now via email at the speakerpodcast@gmail.com. Without further ado, she is no stranger to the show. She has been riding with me a really long time. Whitney Victoria is back, and we're about to kick things off. So, Whitney, those that are not familiar with who you are and what you do, I'll let the listeners and viewers know.
Hello, everyone. I am Whitney Victoria. I'm a style curator, content creator, wife, mom. I would say all things fashion, but it's so much more to life than that. Even though I specialize in that, but I also say I'm changing lives one outfit at a time, and I'm looking forward to connecting with each of you.
So, aren't you like an author?
And the author, times two.
Times two. So, let us know about your recent work.
Yeah, so I recently just launched a style guide called Style Chic Style Tips Whitney Victoria's guide to timeless style. I launched it on my birthday actually, and it's just for women who are not there with their personal style yet and they need a little bit of help. So I created a style guide to give them the basics, to get them started on the right direction for pieces that they should actually have in their closet. And it's on sale for $10. So get it while you can.
You clearly not you failing at this plugging thing. Now, people people are always asking me about, "Oh my god, I love your red lip. What is it?" I'm like, "It is Victoria's by Whitney Victoria." Like, you have a whole lippy out
Yes.
here and you just not talk and it's on your mouth. Like,
And
what's
it's
going on?
on, yes, I have Victorious on now. You know what? What's so crazy is I said in the month of March, I was just gonna have my sale for $15 on the lipstick. But y'all, the sale was still going on. So grab it while you can, while supplies last. And it's the official lipstick of the Speaker Podcast. And Cam, thank you for always being the best brand ambassador ever. Vegan, long-lasting matte lipstick. I promise y'all. I promise you. I promise you. It's that lip.
And you can go to my social media for the receipts because I don't back anything that is not good. I'm not gonna put my name on anything that's not good. And every time I've worn it, I get compliments. What I like about this lippy is the fact you can wear it matte, you can put a gloss on it and make it
Oh,
pop. If you want to mix it with another color, you can do that too. I
definitely.
love to line my lip with like a chocolate color and then do the ombre effect and it stays on like you literally have to get like a Vaseline or coconut oil to
Mhm.
get it off because once
It's
it's on.
on. It's on. And I may be adding two more products to the collection. Because I stay in my lane with red, but I'm hoping to add some things and stay tuned for that.
Well, if I could make a suggestion for the chocolate girls out here, I would love like a really good nude lip. A nude lip is so
Maybe,
hard to find. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put that
may,
out there.
maybe. We don't
Maybe.
know.
Don't know, but to the lippy gods, please do if you do. Not that we are saying lippy gods, but you know what I'm
We
saying.
know. I pick up what you putting down. I got you, sis.
So, since the last conversation, kind of catch us up on like how you've been feeling, what's been going on. I know you've had a lot of moving parts. Like, just kind of catch us up on Whitney's world.
Yeah, honestly, Whitney has been doing her best to take care of Whitney. Honestly,
What does that look like?
putting me first in every aspect so that other things can go into play correctly. I don't care if it's me taking a walk or me just shutting down from the world, social media, and just taking care of me day. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I learned recently about boundaries, and I want to share this and have your thoughts on it. Boundaries is beyond, oh, I'm not taking calls after 9 or no, but even in our emotions, because we can share an experience with someone and then we tend to take those feelings on as our own.
Mm-hmm.
So we might say, "Oh, I'm healing from that," or whatever, but it can actually set you back
For sure.
emotionally because you're trying to support your friend,
For sure.
but actually now you've become emotionally entangled. So even learning to set emotional boundaries, like say, "Hey, I'm gonna support, be there, have your back, but I cannot allow myself to go all the way there with you."
For sure. I have definitely plenty of times because I take on I well I not I do. I used to take on other people's problems while I'm just over here, I'm pouring, 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 and I'm just over here like running low. You know what
Yeah.
I'm but back to that calls after 9. Sometimes I don't take calls after 5. Okay.
You don't take calls at all.
you know,
Even when
because that phone stays on do not disturb. Not
it's on do not disturb now.
It is. It's and not intentionally, but just because I know I can get sidetracked with certain things. So that's one of my boundaries. But also too, learning how to say no, or just like you were saying, like your friends are going through something. I think we all need to get to a point of saying, when like, do you like, I need a listening ear. Do you have the capacity for that right now? Because
Let
or no.
go there. Please unpack the capacity, please.
Yeah, because a lot of times, everyone, not everyone, people sometimes are going through things, right?
Right?
Um, and of course, sometimes you have a friend that just want to, unpack everything all the time. That's okay. We unpack. We're friends. That's what we're supposed to do. But we can't do it all the time. You know what
No,
I
it has to
mean?
be
It,
reciprocal.
it's
Yeah.
it's okay, and it's okay to say, you know what, I don't have the capacity for this right now. That's
Yeah.
okay. Now the old me used to feel guilty. I don't feel guilty about it anymore. I still love you, but I'm gonna check on you in a little bit. But right now, I just don't have the capacity, and that's okay.
Yeah. I think as a society, okay, support, I understand that. But what happened in society where we feel like one or two people has to be your end all, your all in all, that's not fair because
Right,
people are fighting storms and you feel like, oh, that's my friend. I don't care how close you think you are to somebody, you never know everything.
for sure.
Even when you think you do, you never know everything, and there's a
Exactly.
part of them that person holds to themselves because they can't process it or they're not ready to, and so you have to extend grace and understand, I understand you have your thing and I wanna support you, but
Right.
right now, I'm dealing with some things too, and I can't talk to you every day, all day, it's just not
Oh
possible.
yes, it's not possible at all.
No. As you being a stylist, um, we see and maybe you can talk on this. You may have a look from 2011, but it's
Mhm.
not 2011 anymore. And I know in 2011 you were that girl that was a look, but sis, what's going on with the age appropriateness in the dress? Like,
Um, so ageism and fashion,
yeah.
my thing is, wear what you want. It's not what you wear, it's how you feel and what you're wearing. I would say,
So, do you feel that there should be, and I'm asking this because I read and I look at a lot of
uh,
content, and you hear comments like, "You need to dress age appropriate," or "This look is not for you." How do you deal with a client or even someone that's looking to alter their look or refresh their look where it is present, but it's it aligns with who they are?
well, it depends on the client because every person is different.
Mm,
Normally when a client comes to me, they trust my judgment. So I don't have to go into, you need to do this, you need to do this. It's kind of like, majority of my clients have been, you know what, girl, I trust you. Whatever you tell me to do, I am going to do it. I know we live in a society where social media has, people saying, oh, she shouldn't wear that. She's this age, or why she's wearing it. She's that age. It doesn't matter. I always say it's not what you wear, it's how you feel and what you're wearing. But I do say, make sure you dress for your body. Make sure you dress for your body type.
that
And
was
there,
gonna be my next question in terms of that. How do you and I've worked with you before in the past. This
yes,
is
you
why I
have.
asked this. But for you being the stylist, a lot of people that not have that experience working with you, it's a different experience because it goes beyond just the clothing because of the way you treat your
Yes.
clients, the way you talk to them. So can you kinda dig
Yes.
more into what does, clothing do for the psyche of the person? And particularly dealing with women or even men too, as far as refreshing a look because women go through things, people
Mhm.
go through things and
Mhm.
not understanding how a garment, a switch of a color can switch confidence for someone in the
For sure.
styling session. Maybe you can talk to a young lady, end up encouraging her. So can you kinda share your journey as far as what that's been like?
Um, I can. So like you said, going back to I'm sharing my experiences. I love working with people and they're just like, Whitney, I haven't felt this way in a long time. And it goes back to dressing your body type. Understanding your body type and knowing what your body type is, that's a topic for another day because we don't have time to unpack that right now. But that's the main thing, dressing for your body type. And life happens, women have babies, some people get sick, and sometimes they may lose their lose their sense of style, but that's okay. You can always come back for that. You can always come back from that, but I don't want to focus so much on the fashion itself, because you can dress up and look good all day, but internally you're hurting. You're not healed. You know what I'm saying? Like fashion is great. However, how you feel on the inside, sis? Because 9 times out of 10, if you ain't feeling good on the inside, it's going to reflect that in what you're wearing. But some people can't do a facade, right? And be hurting on the inside, but smiling. I've definitely been there before.
Mhm.
But it look I can't give an answer because it looks different for so many people.
Can you give an example of maybe you may have talked to a client and that experience of encouraging her? What was that like for you to see the light in her face
It's a
working with you?
blessing. It is I get it. I get it all the time. It's really a blessing, and it's just like God, I'm it's like because I pray, I was like, God, I just want people to see you within me. Because like what I'm doing is God. Like it's my gift and I'm using it for his purpose and in totality. That's what I'm doing. A while ago I didn't see it like that. I was just, oh, I'm a fashionista, I'ma do this. It was
Why did you not feel that way?
it was I not knowing that it was God working through me.
It
You
was
know what I'm
bigger
saying?
than you.
It was bigger than me. I was focused so much on I was missing the purpose. Because what
Mm.
I'm doing is not just Whitney Victoria. It's more than just me styling you. We're having, not everyone, but we're having therapy sessions. I'm encouraging you. I'm walking you through things. Some of my clients have helped me through things as well. So it's bigger than the fashion, it's bigger than the clothes. Is how are you going to maneuver after our style session? What are you going to take from this? You know what I'm saying? And I love just seeing my clients thrive after our session, after they've booked me. And I have clients that come back all the time. You know what I mean? And it's just great to see them thriving in their area.
So can you kind of speak a little more to the creatives because we see a lot of creatives out here. They're so focused on the product or the brand or the likes or the follows, and they don't realize it's actually an assignment, even in the marketplace. And for
Mhm.
people like you to recognize that, that speaks to a lot of maturity, spiritual maturity, because we begin these journeys and we see it, individuals that have financial goals or
Yeah.
they have, I want to get so many likes, so many followers, but not realizing, like you said, this is bigger than you.
For sure. For sure. I used to be like that. Lord, how many likes I get? Ain't nobody like my photos. Ain't nobody do this. Ain't nobody like, but it's to a point where it's like, girl, it ain't even about you. Like, are you staying true to your assignment? Um, are you pouring into yourself? And while you're pouring into yourself, are you helping your clients as well? And even just not your clients. I was just talking to a friend of mine this past weekend. I was saying, like, if you're on social media, you have an influence. You
Mhm.
have an influence. And what you put out in the world, either you're going to influence the good or you're going to influence the bad.
One
And
way or the other.
even though we didn't ask for this responsibility, once we put ourselves on social media, it now has become our responsibility. And
Mm.
so now I'm just very careful about
Yeah,
my message that I send out there. You know what I'm saying?
I do
Um,
understand.
I've come a long way because I have not always been like that. Because at first it was just like it's whatever, you know. I want to be this stylist. I want to do this. It was but it's just like God, what's for me? What's for me? You know what I'm saying? What I need to do? How I need to reach the masses? Like I want to be impactful, but I don't want to have to conform. I don't want to have to do things I wouldn't normally have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Not
I want to
compromising, yeah.
compromising. Yeah, I definitely want to continue to, grow authentically and just do my part. You know what I'm saying? If you get the likes, you do, you great. If you don't. But are you focused so much on the likes that you are forgetting about your purpose? And so that's something that I had to deal with, but I love where I am now. I love it here.
And then to also understanding your audience because you know that everybody's not for you. You're not called to
For sure.
everybody, but
For
there
sure.
is a special group that is looking for you. They're looking for you to show up. They're looking
Hmm.
for your voice. And they're like, okay, what is Whitney doing today? Or, when you're doing your reels on TikTok or whatever. And it's
Yep.
beyond that because you're a mom. And that's
Hmm.
something I want to get into as far as even though I'm not a parent, um, I hear so many conversations about mom guilt. Oh man, I feel
Hmm.
so bad about doing this for myself. And so can you kind of unpack with just a little bit as far as your experience with mom guilt and then how you've changed from that and also speak to women how they can work through it?
Sure. I used to feel like that all the time because I'm a boy mom. I only have one son, right? I only have one son. And that mom guilt is, oh, it'll get you because you're like, oh, I should do this. I should do this for my son. I should do this for my son. And my world was so centered around my baby. And I had to come to a realization like, baby, he is just a gift from God. And, God, chose us to be his parents. So I need to steward over my son well, but not also put my son on a pedestal that I'm forgetting about the one who even blessed me with
Mm,
my child. And how do you unpack that? Girl, I went to therapy. uh, went to therapy and realizing like, yeah, I can still love my son and still do things for myself and pour into myself because if I'm not like I went to a the Boss Mom Movement Summit. Shout out to Ashley White. And she had a speaker on there, Miss Precious K. Williams. And she was like, you can't be a boss mom if you're not a well woman. So my focus have shifted to being a well woman. So I can show up as a wife, show up as a mom, show up as an entrepreneur, creator, all of those good things. But first I need to focus on being well.
that's good. And so do you feel like even in being a mom, realizing that your son needs his own autonomy as well? Like he needs room to grow and find his
Yeah.
voice and explore life, still be respectful and follow the rules, but give
Yeah.
him a little wiggle room because he's not, 2 anymore. He's turned into big boy mode.
Yeah.
I remember when he got here and the last time I saw EJ, I was like, this boy is growing up. And
Mhm.
he's really finding his own way. So how do you navigate that lane of kind of loosening the reins a little bit?
It is very tough. It's very tough because the world is crazy right now. So it's like, Lord, I don't know. But I'm very mindful of what he watches. I got that tablet on lock. You can't go to certain websites, even if you try, because that YouTube is dangerous. Okay. Um, and just being mindful of where he is and who his surroundings are, checking on him at school and things of that nature. So it's hard. My answer may be different 3 weeks from now, or even from a year from now, but it is definitely hard. I don't have a definite answer for you right now because I'm a mom. I'm new to this thing. Like I'm still learning. I ain't never done this before, so I'm still learning. So we're gonna see how it goes. It's hard. Granted, he is his own person. He's has his own personality, and I love that he speaks his voice. He speaks his voice, and I let his voice be heard. Because I want him to be a kid. I want him to have fun being a kid. He don't need to be worried about anything else other than being a respectful kid and just living his best 7-year-old life.
He's 7 already.
7, yes.
Where does the time go? Oh
I
my
know,
gosh.
I know, I know. I look at pictures and sometimes I get so emotional. I'm like, dang, I felt like I just had them.
I remember when you were telling me you're gonna have them.
Girl.
Wow, that I'm like, man, am I really like auntie vibes?
And
But
yeah, you definitely auntie mode.
yeah, but it's all good. So as we go deeper into this conversation with what do you say for you up until this point has been one of your toughest moments in transitioning from just being a stylist to actually being an influencer and product creator and designer? What has been the toughest thing for you right now, and how are you dealing with it, or how did you get over that?
Come on, Cam. Come on, Cam, with the questions, my girl. Don't play with Cam. But anyway, let me go back. But no, I
First of
was
all, before you answer that, this is my sis, and we cut up like that, but
we do. We do. We do. Cam said as we go deeper into this conversation. Yes,
I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to be profe
I love it. Okay, no, for real. I would just say the toughest thing, Cam, is really getting out my head, right? Because
Mm,
I felt like not I feel I know that I should have done a lot of things a long time ago, but procrastination, self-sabotage definitely held me back because there were some things I know I should have done that I did not do because of self-sabotage, right? And so I would say those are the toughest things. And also showing up was tough for me a lot because it's like I show up for my clients, I
mhm.
show up for their brands, but when it came to me, I was just like, oh no, I don't know if I should do that.
Was
Oh,
that
I don't
tied to
know.
worthiness?
I don't know. No, it was just like, I don't know if I should do that. But I'm in the background for my clients and their brands. We need to do this. You got to post this, da 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 da. And it was just like, Lord, why? How am I showing up for my
Mm,
clients and their brands, and I'm not even showing up for myself? So
wow.
that was I would say that was the toughest thing. And just realizing that it's not about me. It's bigger than me. And I'm going to keep saying like, Lord, I want people to see me. I want them to see you through me. Like
Mhm.
that's just what it is.
That's good. I totally understand that, and the reason why when you were saying that, I was like, "Yes," it's because you and I have had those tiffs behind the scenes where y'all were
Yeah.
like, "Show up, Camille. You need to be in front of the camera," and I didn't wanna do it, and it was like you were pulling me out, like,
Yeah.
"Stop shrinking," and we've done that for each other, so when for you to say that, I'm like, "Yes," because we've been ingrained in each other's journeys for
Hmm.
so long now, so I totally like you're saying that, I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I remember when Whitney was" yep.
For sure.
And so to see where you out are now, your glow up is real, and I'm so proud of
Oh,
you to
to
see
God be the glory.
everything that you're doing to accomplish, like, you're 2 books in, and you've styled celebrities, and you've encouraged forgot motivational speaker, that's also on your resume, like, you've done that as well, and to see you travel and do all these things, but people see, what we do on social media, but not
Yeah.
realizing there's a story behind the post.
Yeah, for sure. That is so real because a lot of people see the accolades and they see the get ready with me's and she's styling this person or she launched this book. But baby, I've been through some things. Don't worry about it. Y'all gonna hear about it. Just wait on
I
it.
know, but Imma let you tell your story.
I, y'all ain't gonna get it right now.
Not the
But
exclusive, not today.
it's coming. Y'all gonna have to wait on that. But even going through that stuff, Cam, I was still showing up and smiling because I was talking to someone a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and y'all forgive my voice. I was working in Atlanta this weekend, and child, okay. But I was talking to someone a few weeks ago and telling her the story, Cam, and she was that
Oh my
you
goodness.
you were going through that. She
Yeah.
said you were just showing up,
Mhm.
like, and that's why I say you never know what someone is going through. And y'all need to be kind to people, okay? Because
You never know.
some people are like uh away from popping off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to be kind to people on social media, in real life, you
In
know what I'm
real
saying?
life.
In front of their backs,
Yeah.
behind their backs,
Yep.
because it's listen.
You don't know what
Listen,
people are dealing
you
with.
don't know what people are dealing with. And
And this
granted,
they're just one comment away from burning down everything.
exactly, exactly. But shoot, they one comment away from Bernadine. Okay.
I was like, "Do I need to come get your case from you?"
Right. But
Right.
you definitely gotta make like you that's one thing I know, like you gotta treat people right.
You do.
Whether you know them or whether you don't.
You
Treat
do.
people right because
So
it'll
my
come back
pastor said
around.
something. He's been teaching on a series on honor, about honor
Mm,
and respect, and he said something, Pastor Mark Moore Jr., shout out to him in spirit and truth. He said something. He said, "Dishonor has a long memory."
mm,
And ever since he said that, I'm like, "Yes," because I can think of times where, um, I felt disrespected or people, like, didn't honor my space, and out
yeah,
of everything I remember about the people, that's what I remember about them.
yeah,
And so for you to say, yes, you do have to be kind, you do have to respect people's space and time or whatever, that's
yeah,
so major to me because people don't have to be nice to you.
yeah,
People are going through storms and battles that you don't realize. People are smiling and showing up, but not realizing the energy and stress and pressure it may have been for them to even get out of bed.
absolutely,
And so I definitely
absolutely.
agree with that. So, we see particularly with women, and you remember the Clubhouse days, we had those rooms.
Oh yeah, we I miss Clubhouse.
Yes, and so we were in a group and, a woman came on, I forget the whole title of our conversation that night with, but in the conversation, I made the comment about how women, we can be catty when we see another woman come in the room and she's
Mhm.
dressed up, lips, hair, whatever, and it's like, "Oh, she thinks she's, whatever, whatever." And I made the comment, I said, "But you don't know what it took for her to get out of the bed, and maybe she
Exactly.
did that just so she could show up and be present because inside she's crumbling." And when I said that, Whitney, a woman spoke up and she began to share her journey about how she was going through that, very successful. And the conversation we were having in the room and encouraged her so much. And then at the end of the conversation, she revealed to the group that she was the first Black woman to own one of the Hilton hotels.
Mhm,
Multi-millionaire, but
mhm,
going through it and being antagonized in her female group because of how she showed up, and it was because her daughter had died,
mhm.
and she had been emotionally going through, and it just made me think, like, as women, we're so hard on each other, but you don't know what that woman is dealing with, so it's like, be kind, be
Yeah,
nice, even if it's, "Hey, sis, I see you, queen. Okay, shoes,"
right,
like something, because you don't
right.
know what storms or battles she may be going through behind closed doors.
And for the women that are hard on other women, you need to seek therapy
You need a
because
hug.
you need a hug, or because you're being hard on other women or coming back at other women. That's not healthy, and that's the issue that needs to be that's the issue that needs to be resolved within yourself. So definitely, you should definitely seek therapy. This not being mean, but I'm being for real. Get to the root of why. Get to the root, and that don't just go for women. That go for men too.
Men, people in general,
People
yes.
in general, you need to get to the root of that. Go to betterhelp.com and find your therapist. This is not a sponsor ad, but go listen, listen.
It can be.
It can be betterhelp.com. I mean, what you want to do?
It's like church. Is there one? With
Is there
is
anybody?
there one?
Is
Anybody.
there one? The doors to the speaker podcast are open.
Ah! But we're so serious at the same
We
time.
are. We are.
Wow, I'm so tickled. Oh my goodness. Okay. Shifting gears here. Before we start to wrap things up, this show goes by so fast. What is something about you people don't know, but they will be surprised to know about Whitney Victoria?
Let's see. Oh, one of my favorite movies. My black card might be taken away from this place.
Not the black.
One of my favorite movies of all time is Grease 2.
What?
Yes.
I was not expecting
Girl, I know, I know every
not
song.
one, but two.
No, Grease one, mm-mm. The only thing that came great out of Grease one is "You're the one that I want." Ooh, that's it. Everything else downhill. Grease 2 is where it's at. And I shouldn't have been watching Grease 2 as a child because as I got older, I realized them songs was nasty.
My thing is, there's no representation in Greece too.
It, well, that's what was at my grandma's house, and that's all I had to watch. So it was good. That's one of my favorite movies. Okay.
Hey,
Hmm.
like they say, you learn
Y'all,
something new every day.
listen, y'all need to go. If y'all have not watched Grease 2, y'all go watch Grease 2. It is so, make sure you're over 18 though. Okay. To watch Grease 2. Because them high school kids in that movie shouldn't have been singing about that. But it was
There's
good.
a lot of things that we should not have been singing, but we didn't know we were singing. Like, I
Child.
just watched the Freaknik doc on Hulu, and I was like, I can't believe I actually wanted to go, and thank God they shut it down before I could get there because I was like,
Thank God I ain't seen my mom and daddy in there. Thank you, Jesus. Lord.
"Won't he do it?"
God is faithful. God is faithful.
Oh
Lord.
my goodness,
Ooh,
yes.
shanana.
Not girl, not the photons. Look, you don't get me sat down. I like my church, okay?
Pastor Moore, we good over here, Pastor Moore. We good.
He probably don't even watch this. But girl, anyway,
You don't know who's
so
watching, sis. You don't know who's watching. Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
don't
get
know
sat down.
the
I'm gonna
the
get
speak the speaker podcast that's internationally known with downloads in Africa. Girl, come on somewhere. You don't know who
look, I
watching.
just don't want to be sat down.
You won't be sat down, Jesus. It's favor on this show.
Hallelujah. So hopping right along here as we start to wrap things up with, what do you think is your best advice you've ever given or that you've received about your industry?
Mm, let's see. Oh, I've received some great advice. But I know it sounds cliche, but
Mm,
really just show up.
mm, that's good.
Like it sounds easy, but sometimes it's hard to show up,
Yeah,
especially like with day-to-day life. Some life be life sometimes.
it does like a
Um,
life.
yeah, showing up is easier said than done, but show up because all it takes is one yes that can change your life for real.
That's good. So how do you push yourself on the days when you're just like, I don't want to do this today? Like what pushes you to say,
Mhm.
no, get up, we're doing this today?
Well, sometimes I won't do anything, and that's okay.
Hmm.
What's that? What's
You
that
listen to
old
your
saying?
body.
I listen to I may be in, but I won't break. You know what I'm saying? Um, but you have to. I was telling some of my friends, I was like, y'all, I ain't been on my Zoom. And they was like, girl, you got to get on your Zoom. Like, what can we do to get you on your Zoom? And definitely having accountability. Shout out to the creative mothers out there, CCMO. Um, and definitely having that accountability to be like, hey, did you do this or did you do this? Can you do that? And just remembering your why. Like
Mhm.
I have some goals of some things that I want to see transpire, if it's God's will. And I have to, like, faith without works is dead, right? I can have all the faith I want, but I need to put some work to it, right?
Mhm.
So it's like you got to give God something to work with. So the goal is just to show up. Some days you ain't gonna want to show up. That's okay. That's all right. Take a break, take a rest, and then get back on it. Do what you need to do to get back on it. And just remember your why, and remember your what, remember your why, and just go forth on how it's going to get done.
That's really good. I love it. So, as we begin to close things out, and you've left us with a takeaway, um, any last thoughts? And then, where can people contact you on social media?
No, Kim, thank you so much. I'm so proud of you. I remember you was so scared to even get on Facebook Live.
I got cussed out. Like I
Oh,
got jumped in. Okay.
yeah, and I'm just definitely so proud of you. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all. Like Camille, talked about earlier, I have my own lipstick line, the Whitney Victoria collection. This is called Victorious. Yes, yes, yes. You can also, I have my style guide that's available, still on sale for $10, and my lipstick is still on sale for $15. I kept the sale going on. Don't know how long I'm going to keep the sale going on, so I make sure you grab those goodies. YouTube and Instagram, I am Whitney Victoria. Facebook, Whitney Victoria. TikTok, Whitney Victoria. You can find me on there. And so I'm looking forward to connecting with you all. And Kim, thank you again for having me. Like the church people say, I count it not robbery that you had me here.
I'm in so much trouble. Girl, I appreciate you so much. Your glow up is real. I hope someone got something from this, whether
I
you
hope
catch this
so.
now or later. Um, I'm very protective of my podcast space. Um, and you're just one of those people that has just rocked with me even before this, back when I was doing Burning Sands and
Yeah.
Kami. Like, you have
Uh,
been there through those phases of my life. So I want to say thank you so much and give you your flowers, because we have truly done life together and have gassed
girl,
up vehicles and been up and down many highways.
girl, popped up. Come here, what's
Popped
up?
up with the Jordans and the leggings. Like, okay, what's
For
next?
real. Like,
People don't
seriously.
know. But she's definitely been one of those people in my life that has just had my back, no questions asked, just there. And
Yeah.
so,
And likewise. Likewise.
yes,
Listen, we won't have to talk every day, but I get that text. Oh, okay, what's up?
yes. And when we do talk, it's always reciprocal, it's always
Yep.
inspiring, it's always encouraging. And of course, there's always a good kiki in there somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just thankful for you and your journey, and everyone tune in on Thursday. Dr. Rowe is coming back from the Rowe Show Live. She's going to be here on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have a really good conversation. Hold on, Wit. You all be blessed. I'll see you Thursday at 8 o'clock. Good night. Be blessed. Bye.
Bye.